ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another episode of For the Most Part podcast. My name is Kemi Ible, and I'm talking today with Mr. Cory KayCe. We've been chatting actually prior to hitting the record button, and y'all heard the recording in progress. We were talking a little bit of podcast stuff, tech stuff, and that sort of thing. And I want to catch y'all up because if y'all are not familiar, Cory was on the show, was that season 2? End of season 2? I think so. Some of the seasons go on.
It was the early part of season 2, actually.
Yes, that's good save. Yeah, early part of season 2. So you all go check out that episode. We'll link it somewhere. You'll just get the link. And now we just kind of, following up with him. You released a song recently. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
So the 1st of October we released, I released rather, Breakdown. Brain fart. I released Breakdown. It's featuring Illusionist,
right.
And produced by Traveler Music. That's my bro down on the south side.
Nice.
Mixed and mastered by Jacko from the Collective. So,
nice.
But yeah, so we dropped that on the 1st, and the 3rd of October we put out the music video, which was which was shot, edited, and everything was done by me.
Right.
Yeah. And yeah, it's a really good song. More or less the song was just me and Illusionist came together, or well, at least I had the idea when I started that I just wanted to make a song for the ladies.
Right.
I mean, my lyrics are kind of controversial in itself, but I just wanted to make a song for the ladies, just to uplift them, make them feel special, let them know that they are loved and that there are individuals out here that that
truly care.
You don't have to have your defenses up with.
Yeah.
Because I know that a lot of ladies right now, they have defenses built up because of the people that they've interacted with throughout life and whatever. So, we just wanted to highlight these things and, just let them know that we here and we stand with them and support them and whatever.
Mm.
In the release of that, the week after, because I believe it dropped on the Friday, the Monday, we had started off with three entrepreneurs, female entrepreneurs in San Diego. So Monday was Steffi, Tuesday was my friend Michaelia, and then I have another friend Kezia. All three of them have very unique businesses that they do. Steffi has a dance company, a dance class basically that she calls Heavenly Hose.
Right.
She's beautiful, she teaches you how to dance.
Yeah. I saw
really
something like that. Yeah.
Well, Steffi is getting a lot of buzz and she's really pushing what she's doing. But she has 2 other businesses that she does besides that, because I think she's a part of a modeling agency as well as she does her own mass stuff. Like, I don't know how you call that, but she makes like stuff for carnival, like costumes and stuff like that.
I guess costume making, arts and crafts.
There you go. Yeah.
No offense to the people who actually do this for a living. We didn't have the correct terminology. I would just say carnival costume making.
Very Americanized, so that's my excuse for everything.
Yep.
Love my country, love what you guys do. But she does that. She does costume design as well.
Nice.
Miss Maria has a boutique. Social Fit, and Kezia also has a boutique. I think it's called Kika's Boutique. Yeah.
Okay.
So we just wanted to highlight these individuals, and then we started with the Breakdown Cover Girl Challenge, basically.
Right.
So more or less we're looking at Breakdown as a magazine name, and then we have these girls that we put them on the cover and just just highlight them for the day. So we did that I think for about 2 weeks. The 3rd week I think was it 2 weeks, boy? Probably was like a week and a half, and then Gideon took over like the 3rd week.
Okay.
But yeah,
dope.
But yeah, we just wanted to highlight, some young ladies, show the beauty that we have in our country, and just yeah. That's cool. And I think that's important. That to me is important. I think that there are lots of gentlemen out there and women out there that just don't appreciate. We don't appreciate each other, and I'm not even talking in a relationship sense. I'm talking on a friend level as well, because some of us, we just dogging at each other
we arguing who's saying this, who's saying that, and
it's true.
Why? Exactly. How does that help anybody?
And there's like, I don't know if it's like a consciously done thing, but it seems like there's always this battle of, male against female, men against women. And that's what you see on a constant basis, at least for me. That's what I see on social media, because I will scroll through social media, well, TikTok at least, and there'll be one person talking about, why do men believe that they need this? And then you go a couple posts further, and then it's a guy talking about his experience. And I was like, why are we at each other's throats?
Yeah. I think, if I may interject, I think that there's a level of, I guess maybe how the generations have developed in the most recent times. I guess it's a bunch of things. So for example, and I know this is a music podcast, but I think Cory and I we essentially kind of meet on the half where these kind of concepts are concerned, because we're essentially talking about, we could still bring this back to musicians. For example, there's this thing that women shouldn't be independent. We should be, I guess, submissive too, and that sort of thing. And it's not a problem, but it's also not a bad thing if a woman, if she learns to love herself and learn to survive on her own, then therefore she can help whoever she's with.
Exactly.
Be it a friendship, relationship, marriage, partnership, whatever the case may be. And the same thing goes for the guys. And I've seen that all across social media as well. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, but Cory, we need to have a discussion about this,
Yeah, but I feel like that's what I always try to spark with my music, some type of discussion, because there's a lot in there for you to dissect and get into.
Agreed.
There is always like a surface level that anybody that interacts with it should be able to go away with, which is, hey, let me break you down, let me hold you down when I'm around, that kind of thing, because that's the whole idea behind the song, but there is always something much deeper, because even at the beginning of my verse, I said, I've been trying to make a clean break, but you're the one that I should be with. Like, that is a very confused individual when it comes to love, because why are you trying to make a clean break? Like, why are you considering running away from this individual that you just on the hook say that you want to hold down and, break down your walls? So, and I feel like, if people were to listen to the lyrics of my songs a little bit more and notice what I'm saying, there's a lot to dissect in there, because, like, I feel like I put enough in there to leave a message for somebody to really dissect and get into.
Right. So for the people who don't know, and have not been following, Cory has a podcast. How long ago you started this podcast? Because I remember getting the link, and I was like, yes, this is what we need. There's nothing wrong with gentlemen expressing how they feel. So talk to us a little bit about that, the purpose behind starting it, when you started it, and your goal for it. Take your time. I know that's a lot of questions, but yes.
No, I mean, it's not. I'm just like, I know that you have 63 episodes on your podcast, but I don't even know how many episodes I have. I can't remember when I started.
I lost count. Don't worry. So that's a good thing. If you don't know, just keep going.
I mean, honestly, I didn't even start counting. Like, I just put out episodes and number them, like, so I could tell you how much episodes I have. I believe I could tell you how much episodes I have in season 1, but I do believe that there's a 0.5 episode in there as well too. So
right.
There's a lot of things, but so the podcast that I started is East Morning Moments, and it's just that random thought that you have when you wake up in the morning, or that random thought that you have late at night, and it's just like you start to pull a thread on it and you start to unravel, like, what is this? So that's basically what that is. It's basically just a journal of me having thoughts and just going into them deeply and seeing where they lead and what they could, how they could profit me, more or less.
Right.
So far, I've been talking about my self-development and, my goals for myself. I don't know if you've noticed, but remember the last time we spoke, on the podcast, I said that I'm terrible at promoting my music.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
he
this
said
song that I did,
plainly, no shame.
exactly,
Shameless
none,
plug.
because that's just it now. But I'm always self-aware of myself now, but and that's what I'm trying to share with the podcast. The awareness that the things that
You're
I'm
working
beginning,
on.
I'm aware of, and I need to work on. So that was one of the things that I definitely needed to work on. And look at this last release that I did. We got the song, we got the music video right after. We did a rollout for it before, like the week before. We did like 3 days leading up to it. We did a rollout, and then the week after we had all the girls on the breakdown cover art and all these things. So like I'm working on getting better at promoting myself and my music and stuff like that. And you can see it. It's like it worked though, because the numbers are reflecting and stuff like that. So, and that's basically what the podcast is there for, just cataloging different things, different realizations that I've come to about myself, as well as different thoughts that I'm having. I definitely want to get into different things, because I do enjoy movies, and movies have a lot to say.
Right.
Like for the last, because right now I'm just starting the third season, so I think I'm on the second episode of the third season. Today, so Wednesdays I don't do episodes. I do one episode Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. I think I'm going to take away the Friday episode, because Marique has his podcast.
His pocket, yeah.
And I have another podcast with my co-host, Callie, that drops every Wednesday, which is the Callie and Cory podcast. And yeah, so like I don't do any episodes on Wednesdays either, but on the second episode of the third season right now. Just started back.
Wow.
The hiatus for the last 2 weeks. Because I think the last time we spoke was the last podcast that we had. It was close to the passing of my dad or something. I think it was a couple months after.
A couple right after, yeah.
And October 31st was the anniversary of his death, so like I really needed a break.
From
everything.
Yeah.
Promotion for the song, which is why Illusionist took over the third week of the promotion, because it's like he needs to get his own time as well, because he's a part of the song, and I want him to get that shine. I feel like I needed to take a break. I needed to step back and deal with my thoughts and my impending doom, I guess, because that's what it felt like, more or less.
Right.
And, yeah, I don't know why. It's just a date, but it has so much significance, or at least in my head, it's built up to have so much significance that it just decommissioned me. So I took a hiatus from the podcast and everything, basically, and I just started back Monday, the 1st of November. Yeah.
Awesome. I think on the topic of impending doom, I think that's a fair and valid thing, because a lot of people don't understand when you lose someone very near and dear to you, the dates become significant. They haunt you. And I could tell you of experiences. My aunt died all in August, and I had an assignment to submit, and this was recently, this August going here, and and it was such a weird thing, because now looking back, you keep saying you should have done this, you should have done that. Same thing goes for other aunts. My other aunt died in 2016 on Mother's Day. I don't want to celebrate Mother's Day anymore, but at the same time, I still have my mom. You know what I mean? And I could go on and on and on and on, but I think people will understand. People, you just need to do what's beneficial for you. At the end of the day, that's your individual experience. So,
yep. I think that's something that we don't discuss as well. Like taking time off, people feel like taking time off is a bad thing.
Yeah.
But if it's necessary, then definitely do it, because at the end of the day, the time off was good for me, because I couldn't function. I knew I couldn't be able to do any of the things I was doing or keep up with it.
Yeah.
Especially engaging with people and stuff like that. I even scheduled an appointment with my therapist within that time period, so that I scheduled a meeting with her the Monday before the date, so that she could give me some tips and things
walking into
exactly. And these are conversations that we don't really have, and we need to, because not all the time you have to push through. Sometimes you need to step back, take a break, and come back with that new vigor, that new strength, because breaking down is just something that everybody has to do, man.
Of course. I don't think anybody could ever really stay perfectly happy all the time. That's an illusion. Unfortunately or fortunately, however we seem to look at it. And I think coming out of the heartbreak, you've created something that is great, i.e. your podcast, because now other guys, and I'm also target saying that because I think that a lot of guys don't really want to talk about how they feel, and they feel like that's such a bad thing.
Yep.
And it's a common thing. I probably could count on two hands how many guys I talk to who tell me how they feel about situations.
Honestly,
there's only
like,
one.
That's
you know what
true.
I mean? And that's kind of scary, but hey, I guess individual experience.
It's a level of toxic masculinity, because even like, because I the last 2 episodes were very personal. The first episode I kind of went into how I've been dealing with loss. Well, not necessarily dealing with loss, or just the amount of loss that I've had, because I listened over the podcast and I didn't really talk about how I dealt with it.
Right.
And then the second episode for season 3 was depression. But honestly, they're there, but I haven't shared them because I'm just like, I don't want people to know that, you know. It feels, and like it
feels like a bad thing. Yeah, you feel like
exactly.
Exactly. I think honestly, it's one of the bravest things that we can do, which is be honest.
Yep.
And a lot of people make fun of
vulnerable.
that, you know. But at the end of the day, the honesty is what makes us reach further than the people who aren't. You know.
Exactly.
So
because people are looking for things that are authentic, which is why I feel like your podcast works so well, because
thank you.
Like, you put so much of yourself into it, and I could tell that you enjoy doing this. I could tell that you enjoy cataloging and, you know, getting everybody to share their experience with the music.
Fun.
It is.
Yeah, it's fun and it's a unique experience. I basically get to discuss something that's my profession. Not a lot of people get to do that. They don't get to have fun with their profession, you know. So here we are for the Most Part podcast, guys. Shameless self plug, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
But
I mean, that's necessary. That's definitely.
Yeah, for real. So where do you see your podcast going? Because I'm more curious as to, you know, is it going to be an ongoing thing? Do you think you'll stop? You know, what is the plan? Where can we see Cory KayCe's podcast and his music in the next 10 years?
10 years. I don't know if the podcast would survive 10 years.
Okay.
But because there's other things that I want to do as well. Like, I enjoy the podcast. It's definitely a part of what I wanted to do for my brand. There's always 2 things that I wanted to do, which was start a blog or do a podcast, you know. So, like, I'm getting to do the podcast, and maybe the East Morning Moments might dissipate, but the Cali and Cory might be something that would
continue
a little bit longer. Yeah.
Right.
Because we're definitely building something with that. I do like having somebody to bounce ideas off of, you know. But beyond that, like, my music for sure, like 10 years, where I would like to see myself is like on a tour. Like, I want to be able to tour. But I don't think 10 years though. Like, that would more or less be 5 years, because I think after a certain while I'm going to be like, okay, I've toured a couple times. I'm good. I want to be home with my family.
Right.
You know, because that's the type of individual that I am as well. You know,
right.
I starting a family is part of my life goals.
Yeah.
So I know I want to do specific things. I know I want to be as big enough to be able to have a tour.
Right.
You know, be as big enough to be involved in somebody else's tour. Like, however it happens.
However it swing it hang. Yeah.
Basically, like, I just, especially, and well, 10 years, if we get our way, you know, because there's a lot of talk within our musical professionals and stuff like that. You know, myself, Marique, I know that that the tropical gang has been having these similar conversations as well. You know, like having a 3-day festival in Trinidad and Tobago, you know, music, not just, you know, dancehall or soca, but just music
in general.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I wanted to be like hip hop alone. I ain't gonna lie to tell nobody.
Yeah.
But if it's all of you just coming together, you know, dancehall, soca, and rap, hip hop, R&B, everybody, I'll be fine with that, just having that, But if it's just hip hop alone, I would be great. That's what I would like. I want it to just be hip hop alone.
Right,
but but we definitely want to create. We want to be able to build the music in Trinidad and Tobago as far as hip hop goes. Build the awareness of hip hop in Trinidad and Tobago as much as possible, so that we can now have something like that. So that's pretty much what I'm working towards. 10 years is a lot, guys. 10 years is a lot. Definitely want to do that tour. Definitely want to be able to have a festival in Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay, how about this? Next 2 years, what could we have any plans for the next 2 years in terms of music? It could be concert. It could be,
Nah, my plans for the next 2 years is more or less building a house.
Wow.
Like I could tell you what my studio is gonna look like, because that's what I've been planning.
Right.
As far as the music goes, like I have a lot of great music that I'm bringing, and I want that to be done just as well as I did Breakdown. Like the music video, the rollouts, that
the whole phases of the production.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. When it comes to being closer, like everything starts to become more, like there's certain things I want to get done now. So like the music isn't, not that the music is on a back seat, because the music is very prominent, but my goals really and truly is more or less to be able to build my house. Like if the music starts to help in that, because like I'm having conversations with my contacts away just to see what could happen, like can I come out, can I get sponsored,
right?
Do I have to come by myself, and then when we get there we link up and we do something. I mean, like those types of things. And I have people in New York that have been responding, and so like the idea is to get the music to be able to pay to build this house. But definitely my plan is to build a house within the next 2 years.
You all have heard Cory. He's going to be building his house in 2 years. Don't ask questions. The man is going to just build his house. That's the goal. That's the goal. I'll
come back and give you guys an update on how that's going.
How far along? All right, cool. I taking that. I want to be the first person to tell your dog you need to move that one panel there for the sound, because you might get some reflections.
Yeah, for sure. Especially when the studio needs to, I'll be like, yo, come check this. Well, I do call my my old instructor, Chenko Productions, and I call him. Either he comes up the road, or I give him like a tour around you, and he's like, alright, you need to do that here, and I'm like, alright, cool, no problem, get that done.
Right. Okay.
But definitely, if you want that phone call too, I'll give you that call.
Yeah, I like to help. Where if it is. Alright, so remind people where they can find you, and if there's anything else you'd want them to know. The floor is yours.
Yeah. Well, it's at Cory KayCe, Cory_KayCe, KayCe, on all social media platforms. I don't want to say all because I don't know what there is, but TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, at Cory_KayCe. And yeah, guys, go check out Breakdown. The music video is out, so go listen, like, stream, and look out for stuff that is coming next. I have like 2 songs that's coming next, and they're just as great or greater than Breakdown. So
nice.
Definitely have some good stuff coming.
Awesome.
Yeah, 2 solo projects though. I have no future in the future.
Very nice.
In the near future, at least.
Awesome. Well, ladies and gents, I think Cory has basically given us all the information that we need. Go and like, share, comment, subscribe, and stream his new song Breakdown. Follow him on all the social medias, YouTube. Look out for all the stuff. Look out for the house. Look out for the music. Whatever else you have coming, go and follow Cory KayCe on all socials, the YouTube, whatever else you have, right? And all the information obviously will be plugged on our website, www.forthemostpartpodcast.com. And that's it. That's a wrap for this episode. We will see y'all, and we will hear y'all on the next one. Peace out, guys.
Right.